In today's video, I'm going to show you a trade I took on MetaTrader, marking supply and demand on the 15-minute chart, taking entry on the 1 minute. I'm going to speed up the video and show you what happened. Let's get into it right now. Hi, my name is John. Welcome to Supermarket FX. Here we talk about ways to simplify your trading and free you from the belief that trading can't be done. All right, so you can see here, this is very simple, just using supply and demand. You can see that I've had areas marked off where I expected price to react. You can see how price came right up to that area. And if we go down to the 1 minute, you can see there was a perfect pattern right there. That would have been a nice entry right there, but I waited for it to come back into that area again. And I seen an engulfing pattern and decided to get in on the trade. So I'm actually, this is, what did we do on this one? Oops. Let's see, this was about a 10 pip stop loss, and take profit right now is 38 pips. So we'll see how this one plays out. That's all there is to it. Watching for supply and demand areas, for potential areas where the price may change direction. When you see an entry pattern on the 1 minute, get in on the trade and choose your exit just before the next supply or demand, or any other area that you have tested and know is a good spot to exit your trade. So what I've done here now is I've sped up the video, but I want you to see how these candles play out, because I think oftentimes we don't realize how the market moves. And there was a point near the beginning of this, I considered getting out of the trade because I seen it coming back, but what ends up happening is if you close these trades out, you don't end up getting those good runs that you need to be consistently profitable. Or at least that's what I find for myself. So you can see right now that it was pulling back up, but it does end up going back in my direction. And all I do is just mark my areas where I expect price to change direction. So supply and demand areas. And you can actually go on to TradingView, and they do have an indicator for that can show you your supply and demand. If you don't know how to properly mark it, you can add it on there just as a reference, and it works on several time frames. You can also see that I already took partial and moved my stop loss to break even. When I ended up doing that, when I first took my partial, it was about 22 minutes into the trade, and off that I was 25% partial I took at that point. And the total trade on this was an hour and 33 minutes. So for me, that's not bad. I like it when I can get in and out. Like I said, usually most trades will only last for a couple of hours at the most. The balance, yeah, it was an hour and 33 minutes. What I like about these type of trades is the potential for a large risk to reward. It doesn't always mean it's going to happen. Like you can see on the chart now, there's a few times there where you might have wanted to get out of the trade, but I didn't really care at this point because I already took a partial and my stop loss was at break even, so even if it hit it, I was still going to be profitable. And it would have been nice to close the trade out right when it was hitting the low point, but you don't really know where that's going to be. So what I'm trying to do is just target the next area of supply or demand and possibly get out just before it reaches that area. But when you're scalping the market, sometimes you need to pay close attention to what's going on. And you can see on this where I have the take profit. So I felt that was a good area to take my profits at before price would change direction. For all I know, it could keep going, but I didn't want to take a chance. So just keep practicing this. All you need to do, look for areas where price is pushed in either direction, and at the top of that area, you're going to find supply, or down below you're going to find demand, and wait for price to come back to that area, drop down to the 1 minute time frame, and at that point look for a specific candle pattern, something, signs of exhaustion followed by an engulfing pattern. Maybe you're looking for a wick just to come into that area, whatever it is you choose. But this gives you an advantage because you're targeting specific areas. You're keeping track of your wins, your losses, analyzing what you did wrong, what you did right, and just try to keep improving it. As you get more and more trades in doing the same strategy, eventually you'll have enough data to see what's going wrong or what's going right. So you could see it was getting further down. Things were still going well at this point. But what I started noticing was price was starting to stall around that area. I was worried that it wasn't going to reach my take profit. And at this point, I didn't really want to give everything back after it's almost reached my target. And this was when I ended up closing the trade out. It was a 2.62 risk to reward. So not bad for an hour and 33 minutes. If you have any questions about this, just let me know. I would also like to know If any of you are trying supply and demand strategies, is it exactly like this? Is there something you're doing differently? I'd love to hear about it. Keep working at it. You'll get better as you practice more and more.